I'm making this video because somebody asked me to. They asked me not explicitly to, but told me it would be a good idea if I shared my thoughts with people. So this is not, as with all of my content, this is not meant to be prescriptive or preachy. This is just how I see things. But um, catastrophe and tragedy, evil, all things that have existed long before you, me, guns, this country, um, all things that have been universally hard to deal with and grapple with when they happen. It's only when history is written that we callous to the barbaric ways of our human nature and how it's been represented by those who came before us until now. For the first time in human history, we're able to see the wide spectrum of human behavior from the most kind, generous, innocent, and decent to the most heinous, soulless.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I don't understand either. Um, we're able to see this spectrum that ranges from children being loved and cared for, or their innocence put on full display, to the other side of the spectrum where the most horrible things can happen and you're aware of all of it, sometimes within hours, within minutes, within seconds. You can scroll up and witness the widest range of human activity that anyone's been able to see in our conscious existence among one another, right? So what this horrible event drives me to is this understanding that this is a unique time, not just because of how frequently this occurs, but also because how horribly familiar we are with this feeling, this despair, this, it seems like we're all together, but we're lonely and feeling around in the dark for answers and calling on one another to finally please step up and do something, or calling on one another to dig deeper and see the root of the problem. It feels like shouting into oblivion. And honestly, like what I've seen in the last, let's say 10 years, what we've seen in the last 10 years is enough to make anyone lose hope. And many people have lost hope. They've lost faith in not just the system, but they've lost faith in humanity becoming something greater, something more attuned to what will make us live longer and love deeper and explore faster. It hurts to watch so many people, be it a mass shooting or political strife or personal issues or war or poverty. It hurts to see so many people deal with so many things out in the public and watch so many people give up. in front of them. Before this, there was the Buffalo shooting in a grocery store, and before that, there was let's say COVID or George Floyd or Breonna Taylor or natural disaster, or like there is always something. And I wouldn't blame anybody for just turning it off and is enough. I can't take this. You were never designed to take all of this on. You were never equipped to be a receptacle for all of the evil that this universe can cause, all of the hell that can be rained upon one civilization. You were never meant to bear the brunt of all of this. And at the same time, where else are you going to go? I mean, I think we face a unique problem, and I do think it's unique. I don't believe that there's nothing new under the sun. I think this is pretty new. But when it comes to the what now, you're not going to get everybody to agree on laws. You're not going to get everybody to agree on next steps. But what I'm hoping to, I guess, sort of make my life's mission, and I guess why this uh, a video like this is within reason for me to do, is I'm starting to learn that my mission here is to awaken this spirit collectively of transcendence and hope and love, and further the cause of us just getting to a place where we know what the end goal is, and that we can create, like we can make hope come to life. We're not at the peril of those who seek to destroy us. We're not at the mercy of the people that only want to instill fear in you because they think it's funny, or because they think that there is some way of achieving the same ends with evil means. We're not at their mercy. There are more of us than there are of them. There are more of us than there are of them on either side, at the deepest lows of human disparity. Like, we are the hope that we are looking for, and it takes it takes a lot of courage, a lot of forgiveness. It takes a lot of empathy. It takes a lot of foresight and discovery and trial and error. And it takes a lot of understanding that shit is just complicated in order to get there. Because if we continue to fight among each other, then we get nowhere. This is what we've always done. Aren't you tired of that? Like, aren't you sick of the person that you don't agree with being demonized when you could actually be helping one another? Aren't you sick of not being able to grieve with someone else because you think that they want your demise when it's really you guys against? Aren't you tired of this? Not just the catastrophe, not just the evil, not just the chaos, but how we handle it together. Aren't you sick of this cycle? Shit, I mean, it's not the event anymore. It's not just that. It's us. It's you. It's me. Like, what the fuck? It's not so cut and dry to say, like, if only they would XYZ. Human history has shown that there is no magic bullet for any problem. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for us to get to this point. And the only thing that will really carry us through in a meaningful way is a change among everyone. to say that we can't keep doing this the way that we've been doing it. And that starts with hope. Like, it's so fucked up that hope hope is subjective. Like, what's hope to you? What's hope to you? Nigga, it's hope. Hope means a future that is better than the one that you have for everyone. Hope. And it's lost. It's lost its meaning, it's lost its power. Hope seemingly died at some point. And I think it's my mission to try and inspire its resurrection. Like, people today and every it seems like other day, every single day, lose people that they never planned on losing in the most horrific ways. I won't give up on them. And the subtle ways that we give in to these attacks, to these sociopaths that commit acts of terror, is by staying afraid and hopeless. I told my kids what happened when we were at the restaurant, and my youngest son immediately wanted to leave. But we can't. We can't run. We can't run. And if we're gonna fight for anything, let's fight for hope. That, I don't fucking have an answer for this problem. But from my vantage point, we need a overhaul of our spirit. It's not just the tragedies. It's the tragedies in between tragedies. When you wake up, when you look at your kids, when you look at your spouse, when you think about your future, when when you deal with disappointment, when you deal with injustice, it's those moments when you look at your neighbor and believe them to be your enemy. Like, any chance you get to see not a positive, not a happy future, like, no, but just a hopeful one. Um, Oprah once said there are two emotions. There's only two emotions: love and fear. And it is so tempting to be afraid right now. Not to get too biblical or religious, but the one command that is repeated the most often in the Bible is fear not, fear not.